Alpha League. Don't just be Sam, be elite. MaddenSamElite.com.
Hey guys, what's up? Freight Train Shane. It is the Alpha League in Review, Week 9. Game of the week, Sean Death versus the Commissioner. 35-27 win goes to Sean Death. Look, I could not run the ball against Sean Death. It was unbelievable. I finished the game with 412 yards passing, but could not pull off a victory. Cam Newton had 291 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, while Matt Ryan, 421 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Jonathan Stewart, 10 carries, 114 yards. Sean Death improves to 4-5, while I fall to 5-3. Great divisional rivalry. Looking forward to that. Week 9. Now, this is the Player of the Week game. Tillman kills Chi-Town 33-14. Now, kills is a strong word because it looks like Chi-Town actually played pretty well. Russell Wilson for Tillman had 182 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Deshaun Watson for Chi-Town had 164 yards, 1 touchdown, and only 1 pick. Paul Richardson actually stood out for Tillman, though. 5 receptions, 105 yards, no touchdown. Tillman improves to 7-4. Chi-Town falls to 2-6. The next game, I can't even pronounce it. So we've decided to call him FAM 2113, maybe 2013. FAM. FAM defeats Slick in his first Alpha game. FAM takes over the Bills over Jones' nose after he pitched out. Slick, man, Slick, you got to win some of these games. 45-35. You score a lot of points, but you give up even more. Quarterback Tyrod Taylor threw for 320 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 picks for FAM. LaShawn McCoy, 172 yards, ran all over Slick, 15 carries, 3 touchdowns. FAM improves that Bills team to a 4-4 record. Slick falls to 1-8, tanking. CP goes up against Tall Midget, 24-21, CP's victory. It is Tall Midget's second consecutive loss in the season. CP had John Ross go off for 5 receptions, 130 yards, but could not haul in a touchdown. CP improves to 7-1, while Tall Midget falls to 6-2. In a NFC South divisional game, Bloom defeats Dish Out by a score of 30-25. Jameis Winston for Dish Out threw for 415 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. You think that would be a winning game. Adrian Peterson for Bloom had 11 carries, 164 yards, 2 touchdowns. That is totally unsim because AP is not doing that in New Orleans anymore. Wide receiver Mike Evans, Dish, 5 receptions, 149 yards, 0 touchdowns. Bloom improves to 4-4, puts himself back in contention, 1 game behind me. And Dish falls to 3-6. He's 2 games behind me. The NFC South is actually pretty bunched up there. And Bloom, I'm just busting your balls about Adrian Peterson. You're totally fine. T-Mac defeats Giants fan by a score of 35-21. Jared Goff, 252 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Todd Gurley runs 17 times for 109 yards, 3 touchdowns. T-Mac improves to 6-2, while the Giants fan falls to 4-4. Steady Ballin defeats Rack. Wow, I didn't see that one coming. 27-24. Rack has still only won 1 real game on the season. He's 1-4. In games played, actually. Quarterback Nick Foles for Steady Ballin threw for 350 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Jimmy Garoppolo for Rack had a good 359 yards, 3 touchdowns, but also 3 picks. Steady improves to 5-4. He's got a half-game lead over the NFC East. Rack falls to 4-4 and is slowly falling out of playoff contention. Now, the next game, AIM over Heat-Eye. Don't look at the score, 17-10, because this ended up being a CPU sim. Wide receiver Decker. AIM had 8 receptions for 114 yards, but the computer's going to do that. AIM improved to 5-3. Heat-Eye had fallen to 2-6. Now, what happened was they actually played this game, but they disconnected in the 4th quarter with AIM up by 8 points. AIM just said, go ahead and sim it. Heat-Eye said, go ahead and sim it. However, AIM had actually injured his quarterback and his running back in this game prior to the disconnect. Now, I don't think the disconnect happened right after the injuries, but in totally unrelated news, CP's dogs actually got loose, ran across the country, broke into AIM's house, and pulled the plug on AIM. So if there hadn't been a bunch of other server issues that night that were reported, I'd probably be a little bit sketchy on it, but I heard like 3 or 4 people had some issues, so we'll be watching though, AIM. Don't pull that shit. Haney over Dynasty in a CPU game. Dak Prescott for Haney threw for 405 yards, 5 touchdowns in a CPU game, Haney. Okay. I'm assuming you super simmed because it looked like there was a lot of plays. Haney improves to 4-4. Dynasty falls to 2-7, and Dynasty is also now on vacation until next week. So If you play Dynasty, free wins. Shano over Puck, 34-28. Aaron Rodgers threw for 350 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 pick. Puck destroyed himself with Matt Stafford, 343 yards, 4 touchdowns, but also 4 picks. Ty Montgomery for Shano ran for 15 carries, 100 yards, no touchdowns. Jordy Nelson, Shano, 6 receptions, 118 yards, 1 pick. Kenny Golladay for Puck, 4 catches, 134 yards, 2 touchdowns. Shano improves to 5-3. Puck falls to 2-6. Upcoming Week 10 matchups that are worth mentioning. The Week 10 game of the week. Now, this is the battle of the beatens. A lot of people said this game should be flexed because they are 2 of the worst teams in the league. But you know what? Hey, somebody's got to play, and it's good to highlight these guys every now and again. Still waiting on the owners to respond to my Game of the Week quotes, so when you look at the post, you won't see any responses from them. However, chill. It's got to be chill. Chill is 2-6, going up against Black Shadows, who is 1-8. Hopefully, we get some responses, and they'll stream the game. Clearly, it's going to be a defensive game because neither one of them can produce any kind of offense. In other games, Tillman is 7-1, going up against Beast Mode, 6-2. Huge AFC West divisional game, battle for first place. Bloom, 4-4, goes up against the Bills, also 4-4, which is Fam. Both teams still in playoff contention, even being at 500. Can Fam pull off his second consecutive victory and his second game in Alpha? We shall see. Packers 5-3, Bears go up against Straight Coach 5-3, divisional battle there for first place in the NFC North. Texas Boy 5-3 going up against Tall Midget 6-2. Midget's currently on a 2-game losing streak. Texas Boy is trying to lock down that wild card after a slow start to the season. CP is 7-1 going up against AIM 5-3. CP is on fire. AIM is making his mark, but you know what? He disconnects when he loses players. So it's kind of funny that they're playing together this week. Haney 4-4 goes up against Freight 5-3. Both teams are in playoff contention. Haney's won 3 games in a row now, and he's only a half game out of first place, while Freight has a 1-game lead over the NFC South. BJ Cole 7-1, Rack 4-4. BJ has been dominating the AFC East. Rack is the doormat of the AFC West. He's currently 1-4 versus human opponents. That should be a great game. Hopefully Rack rises to it and gives BJ a second loss. We shall see. That is your Alpha Week 9 in review. We'll see you next.